How would you like 2 to 3 hours of time to yourself every afternoon? That's what we're going to talk about here today, dropping from 2 naps to 1. The good news is you're going to get a nice chunk of time in the afternoon for whatever, a nap. Get some work done, do some housework, have lunch, whatever you call a friend, whatever you want to do. It's one of my favorite times in my children's lives were when they were on one nap and we had this lots of time in the morning, lots of time in the afternoon to do activities, and then they took this beautiful 2 or 3 hour long nap in the afternoon. It was glorious. So I want to help you create that situation for yourself. Now, I want to tell you some of the signs to watch for that indicate that your child is ready to make the switch, because that's important too. You don't want to go too soon with this. So what typically happens is your child will happily take her morning nap, and maybe that nap is actually turning into a really nice long one of 2 hours or more. But what happens then is when we get to afternoon nap, she's either playing for an hour before she sleeps for 20 minutes, or she's fussing and crying in there for an hour and not really sleeping at all. And that's a good sign that they're ready to make the transition. Now, the tricky part of the whole scenario is that it won't happen every day. You know, it might happen for 3 days in a row and you start thinking, okay, that's the sign, I better make the switch. And then on day 4, she takes 2 beautiful naps. Right? And you're wondering, it's very confusing. Should I, shouldn't I? So a good rule of thumb around it is if it's happening 4 to 5 times a week for longer than 2 weeks, then it's a good indicator that it's time to make the switch. Why I like it to be at least 2 weeks of trial first is sometimes developmental milestones like learning to walk and things like that can cause some sleep regression. So I just want to make sure that that's not the issue. But if after 2 weeks it's still occurring 4 or 5 times, then go ahead and make the switch. So basically what you're going to do is keep morning nap and just start moving it down slowly. So my rule is 30 minutes every 3 days until that nap hits about 12:30 is when I like to see that afternoon nap happening. Now, this is a bit of a tough one. This is one of the harder nap transitions. So I want you to make sure that you're giving yourself about 4 to 6 weeks to make sure that this is all in place and before you start seeing some really great naps. It's going to take time. It's a pretty tough one for the body clock. And you'll also find that your toddler seems really tired at her usual morning nap time. And that makes people a bit worried that maybe they've gone too soon or maybe she's not ready. But once you've made the decision to do this, my advice is to just go for it. You're going to get the body clock in line with it much faster if you stay consistent with it instead of waffling back and forth. Okay? So what you can do in the meantime is offer a snack at normal nap time. And let's say she has always taken her morning nap at 10, and now we're pushing that down. We've got to try to get her to 10:30 or 11 now. That's going to be a bit of a push for her, and she'll seem tired and grouchy at 10. First of all, avoid going in car or stroller at 10 because that's a pretty good indicator that she's going to fall asleep there, and we don't want that. But make it snack time instead and give her some sort of fruit, either in juice or natural fruit, apples, bananas, whatever you like to give her. That little sugar rush will help take the edge off a bit so that hopefully you can get her to hang in there until your new morning nap time. Now, as far as afternoon nap goes, you might have to bridge the gap a little bit with either trying for a second nap in the crib or going out in the car seat or stroller for a little bit of a cat nap in that later afternoon around the 3:30 mark, or she's just not going to have the stamina to hang in there until bedtime. Now, you may also need to move bedtime a little earlier, just for the short term. So I can remember with my kids, they were in bed by 6:30 lights out while we were transitioning to one nap. After about 4 weeks and their body was used to it and everything was clicking into place, then we could move back to their usual 7 p.m. Now, Also, the length of the nap will take time. The body has to learn now to consolidate what used to be 2 separate naps into one big one. And that, again, is going to take about 4 to 6 weeks. So don't panic if she's only doing an hour or so for the first week or 2 you're in this. It'll come, it's just a matter of time. Thanks for watching. Sleep well.